Hello everybody and welcome back in a new episode of Detailing Guru. In this one I will try to show you which defects you can remove by hand polishing. Let's face it, not everybody has access to a machine polisher, and some who do are using it sometimes in areas where it's not needed. So let me show you in which areas that hand polishing is more convenient. What do we need? First of all, we are in need of a compound or a polish, depending the defect. Second, a microfiber finger applicator or some polishing pads. And don't forget to bring some elbow grease, because without a machine you will need some extra power. All right. First things first, let's start with the door handles. This 300,000 kilometer BMW suffered a lot. Opening the door handle many times with nails and rings leaves a lot of scuffs and a lot of scratches. My go-to products will be Geon Compound Plus, a proper cutting pad, and a microfiber finger applicator. Small trick, to make me some more room, I'll open the door, put the block inside. Let's put it to the test. As you saw, it took me some elbow grease to get the result. It's not perfect and it will never be, that you cannot compare it with a machine polisher, but it's a decent result for the time I've put into it. I've used Compound Plus, I've used Compound. And of course, I know that on modern cars, we can sometimes remove one screw and get the door handle out. But in this case, hand polishing can be a good solution. Next up is oxidized aluminum trim. But be careful. In this case, perfect example, BMW, it's oxidized. But a lot of people go to a car wash and they use acidic products. Then you will get etching. And when the trim is etched, it's done. You will need to replace it, and this hand polishing will not help. This is the same case with, for example, aluminum or chromed bumpers. When you have pitting, we can remove the top layers of oxidation, but we cannot remove defects that are already in the surface. So as you can see, it's quite a big difference, and I'm really happy with these results. It's a perfect way, hand polishing in this case, to check if your trim can be restored or not, or if you have to replace it. After that I'm done, I like to put a small layer of protection to make sure that the oxidation doesn't happen this fast or this often. So now we're up to the next one. High spots. Everybody had them. So did I. When you start coating and you're unaware of what can happen, you drive the car outside and you see some spots. In many cases, it's not the right path to do it like this, but it can help you out if you don't want to redo the whole panel. So, as I mentioned before in previous videos, choose the least aggressive method. In this case, I'm going to use Geon primer and a polish wipe to try to remove this light high spot that we created here on the top of the bonnet. So as you see, we removed the high spots, but be aware that too much friction, for sure with the machine and a heavier cutting polish, will damage and remove the coating. So reminder again, the least aggressive method. In this case, I used primer and a polish wipe and some nice gentle action by hand. Next one, there are many different types of scratches, deep scratches, very deep scratches, but we also have paint transfer. In this case, somebody hit the car and what's left on the paintwork is some plastic or some paint from the other car on this panel. So we will not be able to remove very deep scratches, but in this case, we will definitely change the appearance and remove all the transfer that has been done on this door. So, to try to remove this transfer on the paint, I will use Gel Compound Plus rubber glove, and I put some product on my finger, small dot, and rub it over the scratch, trying to remove, first of all, the transfer without doing the whole door. Step 2, take a cutting polishing pad and try to remove as much as possible. As you can see, we have a dented door, but the difference between this and this is pretty big. So next step is we're gonna diminish our polish. We went with Compound Plus, we will go with Compound, we will go with polish, and we will have a very even finish. If you don't want to go to the gym and you want to lose some weight, this is what I did today. My shoulders are done, my elbows are full of grease, and the end result, of course, was worth it. This proves that hand polishing has its purpose. We removed all the transfer on the door. It's not perfect, but the outcome is far better than it was before. So as you see, hand polishing has its place and can be very convenient, a great first step into paint polishing, but a machine will always do the job faster and probably more consistent. However, it will need investment, proper technique, and a good training. That's all for me today. I'm gonna take a shower. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, ciao.